The Chinese government this month canceled exams that Chinese students must take to enter colleges abroad. The move is a direct response to the growing coronavirus epidemic. KRCG 13's Kyrian Lee spoke with officials at MU on how they are handling the situation. She's in the studio now to tell us what she found out.
Based on new guidance from the National Education Examinations Authority in China, all testing in mainland China has been suspended through March 31st. To be proactive during this time, MU is offering alternative testing options along with support.
Obviously, for these students, you know, the coronavirus outbreak is something completely out of their control. They've gone through all of the correct steps to kind of make their dream of studying in the U.S. a possibility, and we don't want this last piece to maybe be something that would be a hurdle for them, especially when it's obviously a terrible situation that they're in and it's none of their own fault.
The coronavirus is impacting people in more ways than one. In China, it's keeping a lot of prospective students from recruitment and testing to get into college.
We're probably missing about 8 weeks of travel throughout China during the spring that we've had to reschedule or cancel at this point.
The director of international admissions at the University of Missouri, Ryan Griffin, says China is the most represented country on campus outside of the United States.
The rest of Southeast Asia is also being impacted by this. So countries like Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, we do have sizable populations of students from those countries as well that are having to deal with this.
Authorities saying an arrest today helped to solve an almost 29-year-old cold case in connection to the murder of 14-year-old Greg Jones. Cole County Prosecutor Locke Thompson and Cole County Sheriff John Wheeler saying Jones was first reported missing April of 1991, his body later being found a few months later in June. This is Greg Jones pictured in his 1991 yearbook photo when he was an 8th grader at Cole County R1 Middle School in Russellville. The news release from authorities stating Jones's remains were found between Missouri Route D and Stringtown Road. After looking through newspaper articles from the past, the Kansas City Star reported Jones's body was found in a drainage ditch by a farmer cutting hay near his home. They also reported Jones told his parents he was going to play in a creek near his house the night of his disappearance. The St. Louis Post-Dispatch stated Jones's parents reported their son missing when he was 2 hours late for supper. The Kansas City Star also reported at one point Jones told his adoptive parents his life was in danger at the time. But the article went on to say they dismissed the comment because Jones was known to exaggerate. Daniel Crocker was a former classmate with Jones. He's pictured here above him in the yearbook. Crocker says when he first heard the news about Jones, it was shocking for everyone.
Go to school to find out something like that had happened. You know, at first find out that he was missing and then the way he was found.
Now hearing about the arrest, Crocker says it's good to know someone still cares.
It makes you feel good, you know, not knowing that they don't give up, that they will still try to find whoever did it.
The case poses two big questions here. Can a 30-year-old murder still be tried? And if the defendant was a juvenile at the time, should they be tried as an adult now?
Well, local law enforcement members are freezing for a reason right now. They're raising awareness for a good cause.
Lexi Petrovich joins us live from the Capitol Plaza Hotel, and it looks like a pretty cold morning out there.
Dick and Elizabeth, it's just a little cold out here, but you know, I have no room to talk. These members of law enforcement are coming up on 24 hours a little bit later this morning of being out here supporting a good cause. And check this out. This is where they've been kind of camping out for some of the night. It's cold out here, but they're doing this again for a good cause. And to tell us all about it, we have Adam joining us right now. He is a police officer with Jefferson City. Adam, good morning to you. Are you staying warm?
As much as possible.
So tell us about what you're doing up here at the Capitol Plaza Hotel.
Well, we started this several years ago. We started coming up here for 36 hours total. It was a way to raise money for the athletes of Special Olympics Missouri for the plunge. We've got several super plungers out here who are braving the weather and the wind yesterday. It's calmed down a little bit, but it's very, very cold.
How many members of law enforcement and which different agencies have come out for this?
I've got 6 total agencies out here, different people out here with me. I've got retired Sergeant Jefferson City Police Department Randy Warner, who's been the one that spearheaded this about 20 years ago. Sheriff John Wheeler, Cole County Sheriff's Department. I've got JCCC Algoa with Adam Ketzner and Shelby Tate, and I've got Capitol Police Officer or Sergeant Tracy Jameson, who's also out here with us.
Yeah, you guys are all very dedicated, doing this for a wonderful reason. And I understand you are a super plunger, joining our very own Zach Paul at the Lake of the Ozarks. Tell us about it. I hear you guys are kind of like a dynamic duo.
Yeah, we started together about 6 years ago, and every time there's a new person, they always do a little bit, hey, let's run in the water, because it's always slick and mossy. They always like to see who's going to fall down. We both didn't fall for it, but it's something that we stick together and help each other out, because we're in the Jeff City area. There's a lot of people here that donate or raise money for Special Olympics, especially for this kind of event. There's a lot of us here, so we help each other out. And he comes to my events, I go to his events. It's all a great cause.
Absolutely, and you stick together. And does it matter how cold it gets, or do you guys come out here no matter what?
We come out here pretty much no matter what. Sometimes we've been out here bad weather. We've had thunder snow before. We've had freezing cold. Last year we had a lot of ice. Those out here is more of a skating rink, because I think I fell down 4 times while being out here. But it's all for a great cause. It's fun. Sometimes the bad weather, lose donations, so it's all out here to brave the elements for the athletes of Missouri.